Hi, MJ. Okay, I'm just trying to log into the live on my computer so I can read the comments. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? How's the sound and the lighting? I might turn it down a wee bit. Hi, Petra. Hi, Simon. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this up on my laptop. There we go. Hi, Kev. Hi, Robert. Okay, perfect. Everyone can hear me. Okay, so unfortunately, Danielle's not able to make it. When I had put the post up earlier today, the plan was for her to come. Hi, Julie. But unfortunately, she messaged about a couple of hours ago and said she just wasn't feeling up to it. She's not been very well lately. She just keeps catching all these bugs. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that she's well for tomorrow because we have a clean tomorrow that we can't really postpone. And I wasn't going to come on because I've never done a live myself and I was really a bit nervous about it, but I had a look at the poll that I put up and I had over 150 people voted and I was like, well, I can't let everybody down, so I'll just pop on and say hi. Yeah, hopefully she'll get better soon. So when I did the voiceover myself last week, she wasn't feeling great, and then she got over that. She was feeling a lot better midweek, and we did the voiceover for the members video, we did the voiceover for the video that'll be releasing tomorrow, and we planned for today. And it wasn't even to go just to go live today. We were going to hang out, play board games, that kind of thing. But yeah, she just isn't feeling up to it. So, but I'm still going to drag her to a dirty house tomorrow and hope for the best. No, if she's really not feeling up to it tomorrow, I will see if somebody else can come along with me, just to keep me company since I'm not allowed to do any solo cleans. So because Danielle's not here and I'm using my phone to record, I actually have my laptop set up to read the comments. So hopefully it'll not be me like looking at a phone screen the whole time. I can kind of just look this way and then look back at you guys. So how is everybody else doing today? Thank you for all the well wishes for Danielle. I will pass them on. If she might join the live, I don't know, maybe she'll get a notification. Kev's comment just disappeared. Kev, make sure you've got, if you go to the top, it'll say top chat or live chat. If you pick live chat, you'll see all the comments because I can still see your comment. So, okay, so it is Ben's night today. Hi, Michelle. The sound is sometimes cracking. I don't know if that's my Wi-Fi connection. Hopefully it improves. We've had a storm come through. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not going to try. And it's kind of messed with some of the power lines. So our lights have been flickering and the Wi-Fi has been glitching a little bit over the last couple of days. Thanks, Janice. I have no idea what lum reek means. Okay, if you've had a cold as well, hopefully you're feeling better now. It's just the season for it, really. Yeah, I can see on my laptop that I'm buffering a little bit as well. Rebecca, you slept for 12 hours last night and still not feeling great. I always find that if I sleep for longer, I feel worse. Also, you guys might hear some background noise. The kids are kind of going to bed now. Where are we based? We are in Fife, Scotland. Specifically, we're in Glenrothes, which most people are like, don't give out your address, but you know where our office is. That's where we live. The storm was here too. I didn't have to go to school because of it. Yeah, I heard that in Alnwick, that was like the strongest winds recorded ever in Northumberland or something like that. That's the burning. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to keep up with the comments. It's good. So many people have already joined. I call it a sleep hangover minus the alcohol. Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. I always, I don't really nap during the day because I used to work night shift, and if I try and have a nap during the day, my body automatically thinks night shift, and so then I can't go to sleep at night. And also I already kind of don't sleep well at night. Hi, other Danielle. Yeah, hopefully Danielle feels better soon. Thank you. I'm literally only wearing this headband because my hair really needs washed. But because I'm cleaning tomorrow, I refuse to wash my hair today for you guys, so you can deal with the greasy braid and the pretty hairband. Okay, so Michelle is saying Burns Night is a Burns supper is a celebration of the life and poetry of the poet Robert Burns, the author of many Scots poems. Oh, thank you, Michelle, as well. I look beautiful. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of going to say. So for our non-Scottish viewers, today, the 25th of January, is the birthday of Robert Burns, who was a Scottish poet. He wrote Auld Lang Syne. Andrea, has the gentleman with cancer started receiving more help? Yes. Excuse me. So I reached out to a local support network. I can't really say who they are because then that kind of gives his location away, but I'm in touch with them because I passed on that you guys wanted to help and send items and see what he needed and things like that. Who knows what we're all looking right now? Yeah, exactly. You guys see me, I can't see you. It's not a Zoom call, so you just have to put up with how I look. So I reached out and asked, what help is he receiving? What does he need? Because we want to send him more stuff, that kind of thing. And the person who's like running it, who's my liaison, he kind of said, so I'm getting distracted by the comments popping up. He kind of said not to send anything right now. Let's see what he can get first. But he has a bed now. He has like electric heaters to stay warm. He has new bedding. He has like crockery and things. So he's no longer eating like with broken CDs and paint scrapers, which was like incredible. Like, how do you do that? But unfortunately, he's not that open to a lot of help. He has bipolar, or he is bipolar. I'm not sure what the PC term is for that, but so he has that condition, and he's also worked like in the woods as a woodie or something like that, like chopping down trees and wood, like a lumberjack kind of thing, like for most of his life. And he's also lived in these conditions for so long. Guys, I'm on a live here, just FYI. You're not though. You're actually talking quite loud. So this is what happens when Danielle's here. No respect. Can I give you a wrench and you can help with comments? I can try. How do I do that? Sorry, I'll get back to that story in a second. Okay, Alicia is letting me report you or block you. How do I make you a moderator? Not that button. Oh, no, do you know what? It's because I'm trying to do it on my laptop. Okay, one sec. Do I tap you? Add as moderator. There we go. There we go. Did that work? Yes, I think that worked. Okay, so he's not that open to receiving help because ideally we'd want to move him because his landlord's not registered, and if they try and make the landlord do the things that he should be doing, he can simply say, oh well, I don't want to rent out this property anymore, and then kick him out. And he's not really open to that. And also it has to be himself that makes those complaints. Like, he can work with somebody who can help him do it, but it has to come from him. And he's kind of not wanting to rock the boat. So there's only so much we can do, but at least he's getting the items that he needs, and they're working on getting the heating back. And then, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep messaging, but I don't want to be a nuisance. I'm like, just tell me what's going on. There's only so much they can share with us as well, because I'm not technically like in the support network. I don't know what the terms are. But yeah, so that's kind of the update with him. Having a look at the comments now, if it will let me scroll up the way. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh wait, there we go. Sorry, it's maybe a bit more awkward when it's just me here. I'm missing Danielle. Okay. Kev, you didn't have to go to school. Our school's all closed. So because of the storm, there was no funerals. Like my husband didn't go to work. All the kids were home. All that kind of thing. We played a game called Outsmarted. Sorry, I was glancing over there because that's where the game is. Called Outsmarted, and I suck. I'm so bad with general knowledge. But the thing is, like, you can pick 6 categories, and so we all kind of pick one that we'll be good at. And so I chose Harry Potter. And don't get me wrong, like, I was good at the Harry Potter questions, but I kept landing on, like, guess who, and we had to figure out, like, who the people were in the image or with the clues, and I'm like, I was no good at that. So I was just stuck for a long time. And then I, like, right at the end of the game, like, Madison and Pete, they were, like, on, like, the final round where you had to answer, like, 3 questions in a row, and they were stuck on that for a while, and so I managed to, like, catch up. And then I got 2 out of 3 questions right, and I was like, that would have been so funny if I got that on the first try. Kane just got put on a tech ban because he punched me in the leg for no reason. Did you punch him back? Hope you didn't punch him back. For anybody that doesn't know, by the way, Kev is my brother. And he's 14. Normally I kick kids out of here because I'm like, you don't want to listen to what I'm talking about. Yes, Kev's here. Oh no, Kane punched them.
Oh, did he punch him back?
I don't think so, because Kane got grounded and I'm assuming he didn't hit back. Anyway, I am unalive.
Kev should like pick him up from the car and just like drop kick him once.
Alison, go upstairs. Thank you. My kids always try and get involved. They're busybodies like me. Okay, so I gave you the wrench. Oh God, so Kane's just going around punching people. That's my nephew, by the way. Will I read a poem? No, because it's really hard for me to read Scottish accent. Like, 1 second. Madison, since you're still lurking, would you like to read a Robert Burns poem? You don't need to be on camera, but they can hear you.
Maybe.
Okay, go and find one on the tablet that you want to read, and you can come back and read a Burns
The
poem.
one that isn't cracked is dead.
Is there a bit of paper on there? Because Kai had a Burns poem to read, and it was on the side. Okay, so what the schools do here is every year to celebrate Burns Night, all the kids like get up on stage and they read Burns poems, and they like play songs and dance to music and things like that. Have you got it? Okay, so my son Kai, wait a minute. My son Kai, he's not here today. He's at his dad's house. He has a speech delay, so he really struggles with saying a lot of words, but he has memorized this poem to read at school on stage, and then the schools were shut. So I don't know if that's still going to go ahead next week or if it's going to be rescheduled, but I really hope it is because he was so excited to do it. So what is everybody else doing today? So the reason I joined late as well is because Kai spelling, yes, Kai, that's how you spell it. So the reason I joined late is because we had a really late dinner, and traditionally on Burns Night you have haggis, neeps and totties. I don't know if I'm saying totties correctly, but I think that's the Scottish pronunciation. And it's quite strange because I come from the northeast of England where the pronunciation is tatties. Like, hi Brett, I was sleeping because I didn't feel well. Are you feeling better now? Everybody seems to be ill just now.
It's actually nothing, I tell you.
I hope Kane gets himself straightened out. So we do think Kane's neurodivergent, which could be why he is lashing out like that. Not that it's an excuse, but just to give you a little context. Michelle says, my 11-month-old just learned the scoffing noise and is dropping it all day long. So he's sitting with me right now sounding like he's judging everything you say. He probably is. Danielle's daughter Olivia has learned to do like the side eye. So like literally every time I see her, she's just like glancing at me. Like, okay. No, thank you. Are you going to read the poem?
That one's weird.
They're all weird.
It's not like the ones that I used to do.
Do you want to do it? Yes or no? You don't have to. There's no pressure.
I don't know.
Let me see it. I'm not going to be able to. Right, okay. I'll try and read it, but I'm probably not going to be able to. You're not allowed to be on camera?
I'm not on camera, I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
Why have you got your laptop set up and your phone right there?
Because I struggle to read the comments when they pop up, so this is so I can
But it's so
like
bad,
scroll.
though.
Well, I'm not watching myself, I'm reading the comments. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to read this.
I can do that bit. My heat's bleeding, my face is cut. I can't face it. Oh no, I can't read from here.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher it, but I'll read it out anyway. But this is not how you read it, okay?
I can't read those words. Like, what that means.
Kev says hi.
Hi,
Okay.
Kev. When you next coming down?
So this is called Kilty Kilty Cold Bum. You go away. I wish Kai was here. He could read it. Or Simon, you could read it. You're Scottish. Okay. Kilty Kilty Cold Bum, 3 stairs up. The woman in the tap flare hit me with a cup. My heads are bleeding. My face is a cut. Kilty Kilty Cold Bum, 3 stairs up. So my son, he's in P4, but like I say, he is speaking and reading at like a P1 level. But yeah, that was a Scottish poem by Robert Burns, and I probably butchered it, so I'm very sorry. I wonder if that's sacrilege on a day like this.
When I was Kai's age, I was doing one of it again Granny's pants.
Yep.
But pantaloons.
Okay, can you skedaddle now?
I want to sit here.
You've served your purpose. Go.
I got all my arm to you.
Yes. And you failed. Right, go. Seriously, though, go to bed. I don't know where that rubbish went. That should have chucked at me. You are in for a treat tomorrow with the video. You aren't really, but it's my house. So,
Ooh, is it?
Madison,
Was it
I can't be having a conversation with these people and you at the same time. So go away before you make me look like a bad parent.
Was it the video when you were in like the rooms up there?
Yeah. Go. And don't make me tell you twice. Or however many times I've already told you. Go away. Thank you. My living room door does not shut because the gate is in the way. Okay, so yeah. So tomorrow's video, we weren't able to get a clean done today. Thanks, Alicia. So not today. We weren't able to get a clean done this week. So we weren't able to get the footage for it. There was a whole thing, but I kind of explain it in the video tomorrow, so I don't want to kind of repeat myself. But basically, you're going to watch me clean my house, and it's really bad. Like, the upstairs is really bad. So, yeah, put myself out there. Please be kind in your comments. Oh, yeah, so I also said, hi, Marcia. I also said that we were celebrating today. Now I'm just celebrating by myself, but I passed all my exams for first semester of 3rd year. I got the results a couple of days ago. I was actually in a meeting with a council worker at the time that the results came through, and he nipped away to get coffee, and so I was like checking them, and I was like, if I've failed, this is a really bad time to check the results. But luckily I passed. So yeah, so that's good. So now I'm heading into 2nd semester of 3rd year, and then I only have 1 year left. But yeah, so celebrating. I was really, do you know when you think you've done really badly on an exam and then it actually turns out to be like your best mark? That happened to me and I was so surprised. Gretchen is from the US, but husband always listens to BBC, so we had a discussion earlier about Burns Night. Happy to catch my first Fife Live. Hi Gretchen. Yeah, so I'm sure we have BBC Scotland, specifically for Scotland. I don't actually watch regular TV, so if anybody actually knows that, let me know. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Claire. Thanks, Gretchen. Everybody's congratulating me. Yeah, I'll celebrate with you guys. Yeah, I put that poll up earlier because I figured I had a lot of energy at the time that I put the poll up, and I was like, yeah, when we go live tonight, instead of just sitting chatting like we normally do, we can like sort out an area of my house. But then now that the time is here, first of all, the majority of you guys voted for just chilling because it's a Saturday night, so thank you, because I don't have that same energy that I had earlier on. I was waiting for half an hour. Sorry, yeah, I was really late getting on. I was still eating my haggis, neeks and totties. That's the other reason I don't want to do any housework now, is because my stomach is like very full. I'm ready to like go to sleep. And I say that, I'm actually not. I am part of a monthly book group, and we just have to read one book, but I read really quickly because I kind of binge read it. And so I was leaving it until the end of the month, because if I read it right at the beginning, I would have read it in like 2 days or whatever, and then I would have forgotten it by the time the discussion comes. And then this morning I finished reading Fourth Wing a few days ago, and I was going to start Iron Flame today, and I picked it up and I started to read it. Like, I literally read the first page and I was like, just in the back of my head, because I had realised just before picking it up. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I forgot to mute my phone. So before I picked the book up, I realised that the book discussion is tomorrow and I've still not read the book. And I made it like one of my goals for this year was to read the book every month, because I had missed quite a lot of them last year. But I picked up Iron Flame because I was like, oh yeah, I could read some of this now, because that last one ended on a cliffhanger, and then I can read the next one. And I started to read it, and just in the back of my head it was like, you can't read this. You can't read it right now. You need to read the monthly book group book. So I started to read that instead. And I can't remember where that conversation started there. Going to our first Burns night supper in Calgary, Canada tonight. There will be locally made haggis, which we're told is very good, neeps and tatties. I'm making Kranaken? I don't know how to say that. I don't know what that is. What actually is that? Hi, Miss Toots. I'm good, thank you. Probably battling a cold myself. Like, I've got like a few sores on my nose, and like I've been picking at my lips and stuff, which is kind of gross, but that's why my lips are all sore and cracked. But when I get colds, it tends to be more like headaches and things. Oh, thank you, Simon, for letting us know that it is BBC Scotland. Gaelic BBC Alba. Do they actually talk in Gaelic? Kranaken is a yummy dessert, so good. But what is it though? Like, what is it in the dessert? It's so weird. See, when I'm like on a live by myself, I don't feel like there should be silence. I have to feel like I have to keep talking. That's where I was going with the whole story. So the book group story. So I started reading the book today, and I need to try and finish it by tomorrow. So I was meant to host people for dinner tonight, and it ended up getting cancelled. And do you know when you make arrangements for something and then on the day you're like not really feeling it, but you would be happy if they came? Like, don't get me wrong, I would be happy if you came, but also I was kind of like, oh, I really need to read this book, I'm going to go for a nice long bath, all of this stuff, and then they cancel, and it's like Christmas has come early, because you're like, I wasn't feeling it either, but I didn't want to cancel. So but once I have people in my house, I love it. And same with once I leave my house, I'm also like fine with it. But see, trying to leave my house or trying to like arrange things for people to come to my house is a struggle. Like, I really struggle with that. If I didn't have like appointments or people to meet during the week, I literally would never leave my house. Kev, me and Tommy haven't made any videos yet because we haven't felt like it, and also we don't know what games to record. So for anybody that doesn't know, Kev wants to start his own YouTube channel. He thinks it's so cool that his big sister is a YouTuber. So, but he likes gaming. It's going to be a faceless gaming channel where he talks with our other brother and they game together. So if you have any game suggestions, then hit him up. He plays Xbox or PC. Not sure which one. I know he plays Xbox, but I'm not sure which one he's wanting to do videos about. Cream, raspberries, oats, whiskey, kind of like an adult overnight oats. Well, that sounds awful in my opinion, because I don't like raspberries, I don't like whiskey, and I'm not a fan of the texture of overnight oats. But I can see why other people would like it. Thanks for Timia for the description. I was zoned out thinking about the desserts. Oh, sorry, I missed that comment up there. The only thing I like in that is cream and honey. I feel like it would look nice though. Absolutely love it when people cancel. I love it. Me too. Often, like, I'm looking forward to it, but also I would be just as happy if people cancelled and I could just be all cozy and stuff. The only time I don't like it is if, you know, I've made a lot of food, which that's often the case if it's at my house. Are you really Scottish if you don't like any of those things? I'm technically not Scottish, so maybe not. My husband's Scottish and he loves whiskey. I might do videos with just myself though, because there's tons of games I want on the channel, but me and Tommy have already played them and he doesn't want to play them again. Go for it, Kev. Just play. You don't even have to talk. People just watch people play games. I tried to make a gaming channel once. I didn't actually make the channel. I just started recording the gaming footage, but I'm such a perfectionist. So every time I made a mistake, I would reset the game and it just wasn't enjoyable. So I stopped doing it. BBC Alba have subtitles in English when Gaelic is spoken and Gaelic when English is spoken. Oh, that's quite good. I don't know how I can't read like Scottish or Gaelic, as you found out when I tried to read that poem. And actually that was a good attempt for me because normally it's a lot worse than that. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. So do you guys want to see my pantry? Because it really does need sorted out and I'm not going to sort it out today. But do you want to see what we're working with? Because the light bulb has been like burst or whatever the term is for a while. And I finally remembered to message my husband when he was at the store to get another light bulb. So the light's working in there now. I was kind of hoping he would forget because then I would definitely have a reason not to do it tonight. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I might do it through the week because it really does need done. The problem is it doesn't matter how tidy it is because the paint was never really finished when it was built. And so the paint is really dirty. And you can't wash it. I need to like sand it and repaint it. I really wanted to hang out today, but fatigue told me nope. I used to feel awful cancelling because of health. Martin got me a t-shirt that says let's not do something and say we did. You can cancel on me anytime, Danielle. Honestly, I was in the bath when you messaged saying that you couldn't make it. This is another Danielle, by the way. I was meant to have 2 Danielles today and both of you cancelled, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not actually sad about it. Like I was like, oh, that's a shame, but also I'm in the bath and now I can stay here for another hour at least and keep reading this book. So I was kind of happy about it, but also we'll need to catch up soon. Okay, I'm going to take you guys to my pantry. Let's just show you what we're working with. Oh. So first of all, the downstairs in my house isn't too bad. And in the video that you will see tomorrow, you see me doing the upstairs. So I'll just kind of, how do I flip my camera? So, okay, let's just be real 1 second. This is my kitchen right now. The dinner plates are still sitting, blocks are sitting. That's all clean, wash and folded, but then they're 2 like dirty washing baskets. Dishes, I had to get a new plate set because we only had like 4 plates and one of them broke this morning when I dropped it. Yeah, so kitchen's not too bad. So this is my pantry in here. Also, I might lose connection because I get terrible connection in here, but here is the pantry. Okay, it is a hot mess. I have like cereal containers and then everybody just keeps opening new boxes of cereal and like there's probably at least 1 empty one here, maybe more. We still have Halloween candy, guys. This is like kids snack stuff, like Christmas selection boxes. This is protein powders that are way out of date, like a year out of date probably. Need to organize the tins. The only thing that I've done a lot of baking lately, so like that's kind of semi-organized. My container for salt broke and my daughter put it in like a sweetie tab, so now people think it's sugar. This is like the best part of the pantry is the spice rack, but I actually have too many spices. They don't all fit in the rack. So I need to kind of get another one above it or next to it or something. And then that's like bread items, juice, dog food, crisps. And in those cupboards were like surplus cleaning supplies. Am I back? Yep, sorry, I did lose. Am I back? Yep, sorry, I did lose connection. How much of that spiel you got? Yeah, it's a hot mess. And I need to fix it. I don't know when I lost the connection. No, it was because this house is so like if I'm in my room, I don't really get good connection. The walls are just so thick, I think, that we just lose connection all over the house. We got like a Wi-Fi booster thing to put upstairs, and that kind of helped a little bit. But if you're in my kitchen, and then because I was in the pantry part, that was like 5 different walls. So you're so jealous of that amount of space. I love pantry organizing videos. It won't be as good as the normal pantry organizing videos. It will literally just be me binning a lot of stuff, probably. But yeah. Can somebody comment so I can know if my connection is properly restored? Oh, wait there. Mum just called me when I came back. The stream was really laggy. Yeah, I was in the pantry showing everybody what a mess it was, so I lost connection. If someone uses the microwave here, the internet drops out. It's so annoying. That's so random. Why does the microwave affect the Wi-Fi? Yeah, all good. Perfect. So I'm here. You can all hear me. I don't really know what else to talk about. I don't really have any special interests that I'm like a wealth, like a fountain of knowledge. That's what I really like about Beth's live streams. Feral Chadwife, she can just talk about the Tudors when she runs out of things to talk about, and I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. Danielle's not here to bounce off of. I need my partner in crime. You know, one of the things that we always do is we kind of fantasize about buying a big giant house and living together, but we're so different when it comes to like housework and stuff. I'm not somebody that's very good at cleaning as I go. I very much will binge clean in a couple of hours, but then also I don't have the energy to clean the entire house in that amount of time. So whereas Danielle's like has legitimately has OCD, especially with her house. Shut up, Kev, or you will be banned. I don't know how to ban you, but I will ban you. Yeah, it was me lagging, but yeah, so we always fantasize, and we're like, okay, we need at least 6 bedrooms because like our boys can share, our girls can share, and whatever. But we'd rather like have enough rooms that everybody has their own room. And so we were always like window shopping for like houses in our area that we're never going to be able to afford. Hi, Becky. Yeah, for those who are new at joining, we don't have Danielle today. I'm laughing at Kev, not at the fact that we don't have Danielle. That's actually very sad. Thank you. I always feel like they're really wonky, but I think it's my face. But I feel like they sit like this. This is what they look like to me, but I don't think they actually look like that in real life. Yeah, so we always fantasize about the houses that we're going to buy, and we're like, okay, that can be the like we look at the floor plans and like do the virtual tour and look at how much a mortgage would be and everything. We really go like the whole 9 yards for houses that we're never going to be able to afford. If we ever become like YouTube rich, which will take us twice as long as the normal YouTuber, because obviously there's 2 of us, so we need to both have equal income, then we'll probably move in together and like get one of these big fancy houses. What are floor plans? So it's plans. I just get the sometimes. But basically it's where it's like a drawing, architectural drawing of the layout of the house, Kev. So you can kind of see like where the bedrooms are and the kitchen is and what sizes and stuff. But yeah, if we ever did like move in together, because it started out as a joke, but you know, I think if we had the money, we actually legitimately would, because why not? It takes a village to raise a family, so bring the village to your house. But we had a look. Oh, you were making fun of me. Shut up. This is why it's annoying having your little brother in the chat with you. This is why I ban the kids. My best friend and I lived together over one summer. It was fantastic. Yeah, I would just love it. And you know, we've seen this one house, and I say house very figuratively because it was like a compound of houses. It's £2.5 million. So, you know, if you want to subscribe and join the membership, we'll get there eventually. But it's £2.5 million, and it's like 6 or 7 actual little houses on this plot. And I think it's supposed to be like holiday lets, so you can rent out the houses. But I'm just like, yeah, let's move that friend family in and that friend family in. And I've already spoken to these people. They're so on board for this if it ever happens, because I'm like, yeah, let's just manifest this. And then I'm like, I'd get the main house because I have the most children and it's my idea and I'm just, you know. But then Danielle gets the pick of all the other houses. And yeah, and we've seen it and I'm like, oh, and even though I have no green fingers at all and I absolutely kill like cacti, I want to grow an allotment. I'm like, yeah, let's grow carrots and stuff. I can make fun of you and you can't do anything because all the way up here with the Iron Brew drinkers. You were drinking Iron Brew a couple of days ago. Communal style living, you would have your own village. That's the dream. It would be so cool. Alicia, you moved in with your best friend and over the next few years lived together in multiple apartments. See, I just never got to do that because I got pregnant really young. I mean, I could have done it, but I didn't have any friends at the time. In fact, I think Danielle was one of the first friends I made when I moved to Scotland. Kevins are always mischievous in my experience. Dr. Pepper is gross, Kev. Kai drinks that, right? So we go to this place called Brewers Fair. I don't know if everywhere has a Brewers Fair, but it's really good because they have like a separate room that has a soft play area in it and you don't have to pay extra for it. So the kids can go off and play while me and my husband eat in peace. And then they come back. And where was I going with that? Oh yeah, and you can get refillable soft drinks. And so Kai, he's always like, he just thinks it's free juice because he doesn't understand we paid to get those drinks that you can refill. So he's just like, oh, can I get the free juice? And I'm like, okay. And so he goes and he gets Dr. Pepper and then he comes back and he's like, guess what I've got? Is it Coke or is it Dr. Pepper? And you can smell it and it's Dr. Pepper. But he's always like, you're not allowed to smell it. And I'm like, that probably means it's Dr. Pepper. And he's like, or maybe it's Coke. I'm like, it's Dr. Pepper, isn't it? He's like, yeah. I don't like it. But you know what? I had this best friend when I was younger. I had a lot of best friends when I was younger. Like, I make friends really quickly. I don't always keep a hold of them very well, at least when I was young. These days I do. Anyway, I had a best friend and I went to her house for a sleepover. Must have been about 10 or something. And she made Dr. Pepper ice lollies. They were good. But actual Dr. Pepper's not good. I've been an empty nester so long, I know I can't live with anyone now. I'm spoiled. See, when I'm an empty nester, I want to get like an RV or a tiny home or something and travel. I'm not that bothered about leaving the UK. I just kind of want to travel around the UK and live in a tiny van. So Logan and I were arguing because he said no one could confuse Dr. Pepper and cola, so haha, I win. No, he's right. You can't confuse them both because Dr. Pepper has a very distinct smell to it. But I'm just completely waffling rubbish. I don't even know what to talk about. So when I was at Danielle's doing Ireland would be a really cool place to live. I love the Irish accent. That's my favourite accent. So if anybody just wants to phone me with an Irish accent and just talk to me. Yeah, when I was at Danielle's doing the voiceover, it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. And I got there probably about 9 and I didn't leave until midnight. And the 2 videos that we did were only probably about 18 minutes long each. But we were just talking and you know, we said it's like, because I said to her, when we're doing voiceovers or we're live, I'm doing the majority of the talking and I feel like I dominate the conversation too much. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, I spoke too much. Are people not going to be happy that you didn't speak enough? Are you okay because you didn't speak enough? And she said, you know, when we're sitting having an actual conversation, it's really easy and it flows so naturally. But she's very camera shy. That's what she's realized. She's like, I get stage fright. So when we're on the lives or doing voiceovers, she doesn't talk that much because it's not because I'm dominating, which I always think it is. It's just because she forgets everything that she wanted to say. I have a gift of a gab. When I was at school, I was a bit of a misfit, but I kind of gathered all the other misfits to me. And so we just had our own clique that didn't really have a name, but also I managed to like fit in with other cliques because I did dancing. So I kind of got on with the popular girls because they were all in the dance group and I was one of the best dancers. Definitely not now. Don't know where that energy was from, but at the time. I could fit in with them. And then I really fit in with like the geeks and stuff because I was really good at my classes. And so I was able to like flit from group to group and talk to anybody, but I didn't really feel like I fit in with everybody. But I definitely had the gift of the gab at school. I'm a misfit too. That's fine. Literally, we can all be misfits together because I definitely wouldn't fit into any clique even now. That was the thing when I first started going to like parent and toddler groups. Hated them. Absolutely hated them because it always felt like everybody always like had their own little cliques already. And so I'd go and I'd just be the only parent sitting on the floor with the children and playing with them because I didn't really fit into any of the cliques. So I just created my own oh, that's my husband and Lily back from walking Xander. I just created my own playgroup and hired a church and just invited people that I liked, and we were all misfits. And now that's the support group that I always talk about when I say like the mum group. And that's like Danielle was in that as well. I bet your mom yelled Kevin all day. Did I miss a comment? Or are you talking about my Kevin? Yeah, you live with your sister now, but so I'm 32 and Kev is 14. So when I left home, he was only a baby. So if she was yelling his name, I have no idea. I wasn't there. I visited Ireland and England, both amazing. I didn't get and it's beautiful too. Yeah. Where I grew up, Ashington, it's an old coal mining town. And so the houses there are all built for the miners. And there were just literally rows and rows of identical houses. Lily, Mummy's on a video, so night night.
Night night.
Night night, love you. You've been for a walk. Wow. Okay, you go and hang out with Daddy, okay?
I'm supposed to hang out at school.
That's the 4-year-old.
I have a
Kev says hi, Lily.
Oh, Kev says hi.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so it was basically a concrete jungle. So when I would come up to Ashington for like holidays and things to see family, it was just so green to me, even though it's like Glenrothes is like more of a town rather than like the country. But compared to Ashington, it is so green. Oh, Rebecca says that Lily has a sweet voice. She could probably read the Scottish poem better than me if she could read. Gretchen, you felt the same way about parent groups. Yeah, it was just like being back in school, but everybody was already in their cliques. I did not like it. Weirdos rule the world. Very true. I seen a comment and I wanted to reply to it, and now I can't remember what the comment was. Oh yeah. Happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. What is your name? Because I don't want to be saying that in July. You should write about your misfit school life, make a series like the In-Betweeners. I'm not that talented. Also, it would be very depressing. Just not gonna lie, it would be. I went through a lot of stuff at that time in my life. Everybody's saying sweet dreams, little Lily. Lily sounds cute. Lily was cute. Night night. So cute. Hi Lily. What a sweet voice. Everybody loves you, Lily. Do you want to come and say a quick hi?
I want to do that.
Okay.
Lily.
Lily, Mummy talking to you.
Do you want to come and say hi to the camera real quick? Just a super duper pop your face in and wave.
Hi.
Look, over here, look.
Hi.
Say hi everyone. And say
Hi.
good night.
Good night.
Okay. Right, off you go with Daddy. Good girl.
Come on then.
I've been fun with you.
You're having fun with the end of it. I'm having lots of fun with you too. I bet because we're dinner, Lily,
We
which is
was
really happy.
Right?
Normally Lily's in bed by now, but because it was the weekend, we just kind of let them drop when they drop. Depressing can be cathartic. Not for me if I have to write it. No, I always think, one day I would write like a autobiography, but then I don't know, when I try and think of like memories and stuff to write about, it's always like, yeah, I don't think people would want to read that. Sorry I have to leave, but I do. Oh, thank you. And we will catch you on the next one, Petra. Good night, because it's an hour. You're an hour ahead of us. Yeah, she is adorable and she's such a daddy's girl. Such a daddy's girl. I hated the thought of going to a mums and tots group, but the local one was lovely. Some really lovely ladies. It is completely hit and miss though, isn't it? Because that was the thing. So I started going to one, and I feel like when everybody starts at the same time, it's not as bad because then you can kind of at least join with at least one person. Becky, you're 5 hours behind us. See, like the CST and EST, I don't know what one I am. I'm assuming I'm EST, but who knows? That's why I always just say 8 p.m. UK time. Then you guys can figure out what time that is for you, because I suck at conversion. But yeah, so I joined a toddler group, and then when it disbanded, I just invited the ones that I liked back with me. Central Standard Time Zone. So it's 9:15 at night here, just for anybody that is like me and doesn't know that. GMT is for the UK. So what does the G stand for? Also, did I miss your name? Happy Christmas. Did you say it? Did I miss it? Oh, is it Di? D? Which one? Greenwich Mean Time. I've been told I should do some kind of presentation about my life. Like, would you write a book? Or, like, what would you do? I'm feeling a bit, like, stuffy, like, snotty, but I don't need to blow my nose. My allergies have been playing up this week really badly. I've had to take my inhaler so many more times than what I normally would, and my eczema's all flared up, but I don't know what's triggered it. I think I said in the last live that I was getting like a sensitivity test done to look for allergens. Not sure how accurate it was because it didn't list things that I'm definitely allergic to. So then I'm like, but then it listed like there was a lot on there. And so I'm wondering, you know, are they things I am actually, did they just not list things I'm allergic to and they only listed things that I'm sensitive to? Because they do state several times, you know, the sensitivities aren't the same as allergies, but then I'm like, but surely it would come up that I'm sensitive to the things I'm allergic to. Apparently I'm highly sensitive to broccoli. That's like my favourite vegetable. You thought you were the only one doing haggis today. I'm not even a fan of haggis. I did eat it. I don't mind it. It's very strong on its own, but I just mixed the whole plate together. Like the picture that you guys see on the live, I mixed the whole thing together and ate it that way, whereas that's like atrocious to my husband who eats every individual component. Haggis is, I want to say, some sort of intestine of an animal, but that could just be a horror story. I don't know. I'd rather not know. I'm happy just to eat it. But for some people that don't know, funny story, I've told this story before, but you might not have all heard it. Oh, welcome to the Haggis Hunters, Julie. Thank you for joining. So it's sheep's intestine. Hi, Olivia. Oh, I always lose my trail of thought. What were we talking about? Oh, are you going to be sick on me? This is Xander's down here. That was not a good noise. You okay? Can somebody remind me what I was saying, because I don't remember. I had vegan haggis in a cafe in North Queensferry. I told my Scottish brother-in-law and he looked horrified. Oh yes, haggis, funny story. Thanks, Leishy. Also, do you prefer Alicia or Leishy? I'm guessing Leishy because it's in brackets. Okay, yeah, funny story is when Madison, that's my oldest, was about 5 or 6, I think. Me and her dad are separated, and she came back one day from my dad's, and he had said, if you catch a haggis in a net, then I will buy you a horse. Sorry, there's my phone going. And I thought that was really unfair because you can't catch a haggis. You know, people in Scotland joke that they're like these little creatures in the hills, and he was like tricking her. But she was so excited because she genuinely thought she was going to get a horse. And so I was just like, surely if I just get a net and put haggis in it, then technically she's meeting the brief. He said, no, it has to be a live haggis. How cruel. Yay, the phone. I know, I never mute it. I never remember. It can't stick. Kev, you just gave my kid's surname out. No, so yeah, when me and my husband got married, so Lily is the only one that we have biologically together. So her surname is his surname and now mine because I'm married. And so I'm just stroking Sandra at the same time. And because I have 4 kids and 3 baby daddies, no judgment, guys, okay? I made mistakes. And so the 2 older kids share the same dad, and then Kai has a different dad, and then obviously I'm with Lily's dad, and we have been together for nearly 6 years now. And all the kids get treated the same, but it was starting to get a little bit confusing having the 3 surnames. And so when we got married, I said, you know, I want to kind of change the kids' surnames. And Kai's dad was amenable to that because he does not like his surname. It's not his original surname. It was after a stepdad that I didn't like anyway. And so he was totally fine with us changing Kai's name. Nothing else changes. But Madison and Arthur's dad was not a fan. That was not a good relationship when we were together, in any sense of the word. So yeah, so he just was not up for us changing the name, and that's why only Kai's name was changed. Kev, do the other kids see their dads? Yeah, all of them see the dad. I have a really good relationship with Kai's dad. We're really good friends. We're better as friends. Madison and Arthur's dad, not so much. He can be really difficult to communicate with. I don't want to say anything really bad because, you know, he could be watching. But yeah, things have been better in recent years. But I mean, he's a good dad. He's just not a good person, in my opinion. But yeah, they all see their dads. Oh. And I even said, you know, I didn't want to take, like Madison and Arthur, I didn't want to take their surname away. I said, you know, can we hyphen it and just add, you know, my surname to the end of it? Just because then I didn't want them to feel like, you know, the 4 of us are Stark and you're not, but they went for it. I don't mind phone dings. No, George. Oh, right. Can you go down because I feel like you're going to be sick on me. Down you go. Down you go. He's not normally sick. It just, you guys triggered something in him. He seems to feel sick when I'm on live. Some people have attitudes and you can't help that. What's the dog's name and breed? Okay, so this is Xander, short for Alexander, which if Lily, my youngest, had been a boy, that would have been her name. And I've experienced like real, like what's it called, gender grief when I found out it was going to be a girl, because I was just, but only because I was so set on the name Alexander, not so much because I didn't want a girl, because it works out well. I've got 2 girls, two boys. But after I had Lily, I was like, okay, I really want a baby Alexander, but I do not want any more children. If Lily had been the first, she would have been the last because the pregnancy was horrendous. I couldn't cope to do that again. So we got a puppy and called him Xander. He's nervous on camera. Yeah, it is a cool name. So technically, he's named after Pete's granddad. However, it wasn't us that triggered him, it was the haggis. Well, he was eating some crap off the floor earlier, so it was probably that. He's really bad with like anything edible. He will eat it, so that's why we have a gate on our living room, so we can't really roam the rest of the house to eat stuff. But yeah, so technically he's named after Pete's granddad, but unofficially he's named after Xander from Buffy. I love the name Lily and the girl's name Molly. My favourite name is Joseph. I really like Joseph as well. And so I never actually named any of my children. They all got named by their dads. And I think I've told you guys this story as well, but Kai is named after an anime character. Arthur is named after his dad's granddad. And Madison is also named after an anime character. And then Lily is not named after anything in particular. I had my heart set on a name that I'd had my heart set on for a few years. But then when I was actually pregnant with her, I didn't like the name anymore. Come on, move over a little bit. I didn't like the name anymore. So then that's why my husband chose the name. He says that I chose it. It's not true. I agreed with him when he chose it. Teresa, hi. Unfortunately, Danielle couldn't make it. It's just me and Xander here tonight, just talking rubbish. Pregnancy with my daughter was horrible. With my son, it was so easy. Yeah, just I don't know what it is. Like, I obviously have 4 children, and the pregnancy for each of them has been bad in different ways. So with Madison, I was like really, really sick, and you know, nowadays you get medication and put on a drip and go to the hospital and stuff, but back then I just kind of thought you had to suck it up. So I lost so much weight in the first half of the pregnancy. I started the pregnancy at 8 stone, and I didn't start putting weight on until about 7 months into the pregnancy, and then I just like ballooned. But up until that point, I couldn't keep anything down. I actually went down to, I think, 7.5 stone before I started putting any weight on. So I was really sick with Madison. And then with Arthur, I was just in a lot of pain because he was so big. With Kai was probably my easiest pregnancy, but his kidney issues were picked up on when he was in the womb. So that was a lot of like anxiety for me, in like multiple hospital scans all the time to keep checking on him. And then Lily, just every part of that was bad. I got what's called pelvic girdle pain. So I basically couldn't walk, and I was given cocodamol at like 22 weeks because I was in that much pain. But you can't take that because it's got codeine in it, which can transfer to the baby. So the doctor was like, yeah, but it'll help with your pain. And I'm like, I'm not risking the child. So I was just basically in pain the entire pregnancy. Sorry for the guys that are on here that don't care about pregnancy. But so yeah, that was my experience with it. And also I was really sick as well. But I always feel like being sick is a lot better than just feeling nauseous all of the time. Like that is worse for me. Hi Elaine, hi. Let me see, I'm going to catch up on the comments because I've just been rambling nonsense. Yeah, you're right, Danielle. Xander is the best, and he does give the best cuddles. I'm not really a animal person, so Xander is like the perfect dog for me because he is so calm and cuddly, and he doesn't lick me because I would come out in a rash. So he really learned that really quickly. My phone is set with animal noises, confusing when at the zoo. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping comments. I found it so hard to find names for my daughter. My son was easy. What names did you settle on? Somebody would steal all the names I picked for my kids, so I named my daughter and told no one until after her birth. So that's one of the reasons that I did not name Madison, because I really like the program Charmed, and I wanted to name Madison Phoebe, but my auntie was pregnant at the same time as me, and she announced her name first, and her name that she picked, because she also loved Charmed, was Phoebe. And so I was like, well, now I can't call Madison Phoebe because she'll think I've stolen it from her. But and then speaking of Charmed, Piper. I do like the name Piper. Have you met any of your subscribers? Yes, Robert, but I think I met, so Psychedelic Pegasus, that is Danielle, like another Danielle, and I have met her. And I have met Simon, and I obviously know Kevin because he's my brother. I've probably met a couple of other people. None that come to mind, and I'm so sorry if I've forgotten you. Often people that I know in real life will subscribe as well, so then technically I have met them. But I think those two that I mentioned, I met them and then they subscribed, so technically I don't think I've met somebody who was a subscriber first. I like the name Anthony. That's quite a nice name. I feel like it would get shortened to Tony though, or Ant, and I don't really like either of those like shortened names. Not that I don't like the names as standalone names, just not as shortened versions of larger names. I named my cat Pixie because I love Charmed, I wanted a P name, and I also love Tinkerbell. So fun story. So this tattoo, which you can't see very well, but it's now Ariel. Originally, that was Tinkerbell. But it was done really, really badly. So then I got it covered up by a boyfriend who was the tattooist at the time, and that was done really, really badly. So then I had laser treatment to have the whole thing removed, and then got it covered up with Ariel. I don't like the nickname Ant. I think it's stupid, but I don't mind being called Tony. I mean, you're not changing your name, are you? When you say you like the name, I thought you meant for prospective children in the future. Also, for those that like Charmed as well, I do have another tattoo. I don't know if I can show you guys. No, I'm not going to be able to show you unless I take my top off, which I can't do. So another day I'll wear a vest top and show you my other tattoo. Laser is painful, apparently, isn't it? Not too bad. Good night, Julie. I don't know if that means you're leaving or you're just like saying hello kind of thing. Not Julie, sorry, June. I was replying to Julie. Yeah, so it is painful, but it's so quick. But the very first, so I went and got it lasered off 9 years ago. I got the first session done, and laser was just kind of starting out then. And the person I went to, like, I reacted. Sandra, stop looking at me. The person I went to, I reacted really, really badly, and my arm swelled up so much. And so I was really scared to go back, and I didn't go back until last year, like beginning of last year. Or was it the year before? The last couple of years I went back to somebody else, and that person said, you know, that the previous person had put the laser too high, and that's why I'd reacted so badly. He basically burned me. Like, I know technically laser is the burning the tattoo off, but it was too high for what I could handle, and that's why my arm reacted the way it did. So this person set the laser a lot lower and then just kind of worked up each time until it was kind of okay. So I reacted a lot better, but I just had to keep putting like aloe gel on it afterwards, which is really good for like sunburn and stuff. Hi Meg. So it's just me tonight. Unfortunately, Danielle couldn't make it. The house that we're cleaning tomorrow is quite a big job. Did you guys see that? That's what's been happening the last few days. The flickering, because some of the power lines are down. I like the pain of tattoos. So I don't mind actual getting tattoos done, but see, when I went and started getting the colouring done, oh my god, my skin did not like that. And then I went back to get the second session of colour done. Like, originally it was scheduled for the summer, but when I had the first session in the summer, my skin reacted really badly. I think because of the heat of the sun, like the summer. So I said, can we push the second appointment back until the colder weather? So I went back in October or November, one of the two. But because I have like eczema, I don't know if you guys can see that. So I had this little patch here on the day I went back, and she refused to do, like, it was meant to be getting this bit done, and she refused to do it because of that little patch there, because she'd had somebody in previously who had eczema. Even though that wasn't the area she was tattooing, she had a really bad experience. The person who she tattooed basically started just like bruising all over for no reason. And so she kind of freaked out and wouldn't let me get my tattoo coloured in that day. So she says I have to wait until it clears up. But the thing is, my skin is never completely clear. So I don't know when I'm going to go back and get it finished coloured. And the thing is, like, I had to really build up to going as well, because my tattooist moved from the town that she was in to another town where I now have to like get the train because there's no direct buses, and I get really bad travel anxiety, especially if I've never done the journey before. And so I spent a whole day basically I travelled there, had to have breakfast there because you have to eat before getting it done, and because of the way the timings worked out. So I travelled there, got breakfast, went into the tattoo station, basically got sent away, and then had to wait for the next train home, and it was just a waste of a whole day and so stressful. And so now I'm going to have to like build up to it in my mind again to manage to get there and hope that she'll see me again, because I could book the appointment and then on the day my eczema could flare up, and then what am I supposed to do? Sorry, just catching up on the comments. For anybody that's just joined, as usual, recording on my phone, reading comments on another device because I can't keep up with them on there. I like my tattoos, not really the pain of them. I always wanted a fairy tattoo, but I'm too old. You are not too old for a tattoo. Nobody is. Anybody can get a tattoo. Is it storming bad there? It was pretty bad. Excuse me. Where my house is, we're kind of sheltered because we're surrounded by other houses. So my house specifically hasn't really been affected, but I have seen a lot of other areas in Fife and other houses have been affected a lot, and at least 6 power lines went down in my area. So that's why my lights every so often keep flickering. My husband left the house very, very briefly to go to like the Chinese shop that was just like 2 minutes down the road, and he came back and he was like, I should not have done that. That was like horrendous weather. Kev, I don't want to get tattoos. Yeah, lots of people don't get tattoos at all. Mine are starting to droop, but that just makes them better. What's drooping? Oh, the tattoos. That's why I've always been scared to get tattoos on my stomach, because and on my, like, I really, not my stomach, sorry. I really want a dream catcher tattoo on my leg, but I'm quite overweight right now and I want to lose that weight. And then I'm like, but what if I lose the weight and then put weight back on, and then it's just going to stretch the tattoo, so I don't feel like I have the legs for tattoos. My son's name is Christopher, and in preschool he couldn't fit his name in the space that was on the top of the page, so he shortened it to Christ. I love that, Dorothy. And do you know, if I had gotten to name Arthur, that was one of the contenders, Christopher. I really like long boys' names, like Christopher, Jonathan, that kind of thing. So that Christopher was actually like high up there for what Arthur could have been called. The reason he was actually called Arthur was I was guilt tripped at the time to name him after his dad's granddad, because I was told his granddad didn't have long left to live and it would be really nice if he had a child named after him. And then his granddad Arthur's great granddad only just died last year, so I felt a bit cheated, but also I didn't want to wish death on this person. But Arthur really suits his name. Like, see, now after he was born and we named him, I was like, yeah, he looks like an Arthur. 72 is too old. I did end up with 8 piercings. Now I'm too lazy to put rings in. I mean, as long as your skin integrity is fine, I wouldn't say that it's too old. I know that sometimes your skin can get thinner as you age, so you would maybe need to check, but if you wanted a tattoo, just get a small one. Just go for it. Frankie, our cat, was so unnerved by the storm. He's been cuddled up to us for the past 2 days. Bless him. He's an indoor cat, isn't he? He doesn't go out. There's an actor named Christopher, but he shortened it to Topher, which I think is really stupid. That is a strange way to shorten it. It's usually Chris. They would have to stretch the wrinkles on my skin to tat. I have a sunflower on one shoulder and I'd like to have it added too, so it goes over the shoulder. I feel bad because my partner is on warfarin and most tattooists won't do them. Is that like a blood thinner? Is that why? Oh, your cat's named after frankincense because he was a Christmas kitten. I got my eyebrows tattooed. Not fun, but worth it. I know somebody that's had their eyeliner tattooed. And I don't know how they can let the tattoo gun go so close to their eyes, because it really freaks me out. Like really, really freaks me out. The thought of somebody like poke like needles near your eyes. Like, oh my God. Don't get me wrong, it looks good, but yeah, even eyebrows, I don't feel like I could have them that close. So does the ones on your eyebrows fade as well? Because I know like if you get tattoos in certain places, they fade quicker than others. So like hands. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to scroll up. I have my eyebrows microbladed because they fell out, and I'm so glad I did it. Not gonna lie, I don't know what that is. Anything like this is why Danielle should be here, because anything like this, she'll know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea. Can you get lips tattooed the color of lipstick? That is kind of neat. Yeah, my friend got that done, and none of us knew that she'd had it done. We just assumed she was wearing lipstick, but it does fade quite quickly, and then you have to get it redone quite often, I think, for the lipstick one. I don't get why with tattoos, but I don't care either way if others want them. It's just more the cartels have to do before they dispose of your body. Just burn the body. Then you don't have to worry about that. My eye doctor back in the 1980s developed the technique for eyeliner tattoos. Oh, that's really interesting. You have claim to a famous person. What did Kev say? I don't want to get piercings either. I want to keep my body the way it is. Why mess with perfection? You need to grow first, Kev. Semi-permanent tattoos are best for makeup. I never wear makeup. You can probably tell I don't ever wear makeup. Our body is to keep us alive, not to stab and paint on. Well, each to their own, Kev. What did you name cannot speak. What did you name your rats and hamsters? Because now I want to know. When I got married, because it was a rock and roll themed wedding, I set up a tattoo station for all the kids. It was obviously like do you know when you just like dip the sponge in water and like stick the tattoos on? It was really cool, except they just went around putting tattoos on like everybody. But it was great. Yeah, don't worry, Kev, there's no peer pressure. I just heard the cartels have a guy, he makes a stew of chemicals. I'll leave it there. You've been watching too much Breaking Bad. That's one of the things that Danielle tells me sometimes. We like pulled up to this house that we were going to be cleaning once, and it was like in the middle of nowhere, and there was a caravan outside, but on the back, it was like one of those caravans that you tow, and on the back of it was like this chest, like a treasure chest. And so we were sitting there like, I really want to go and open that and see what's in it. And Danielle was like, because my immediate thought was there could be valuables and treasure, and her immediate thought was there could be a dead body. I was like, why? I was like, how is a body meant to fit in that? Why is that your first thought? And then she was like, no, if I was going to dispose of a dead body, I'd feed it to the pigs. And she said it with such a straight face, and I was like, not going to get on the wrong side of you. Now I'm kind of worried that if we get that house together and we fall out, you know, she just needs to off me, and then it'll be all hers. So I've got to watch my back with her. And when I went into her house to do the voiceover, she was just watching stuff about serial killers, and like I don't watch stuff like that. It's not my jam. But I always think we should be scared of the ones that do watch it. You know, the ones that like really watch all the CSIs and how serial killers got away with it, because they legitimately could get rid of you. Sorry, just reading the comments. You should go for it, Kevin. You guys trying to peer pressure my brother. I'd have thought body too. See, but why? Why is that your initial first thought? Chest in the middle of the country, you think there's a body in it. And you know what? Wonder how many police officers have just driven by and thought, oh, that's probably just, you know, somebody's like secret stash of valuables, or it's a random antique chest in the middle of a field. It's probably just tools or something, and really it's a dead body, but they don't think to check. I love her sense of humour. I have a video for me to pass on to Danielle. Yeah, you can email it to us because she's connected to the email, or send it through the Facebook page. She's connected to the Facebook page, so she can get it directly from you as well. Or just send it to me and I'll pass it on. I was doing a mad clean of the house with my family. So glad I took a break and found this live because I don't want to finish. Well, I'm here for all your procrastination needs. Let's hope they are living watching serial killer shows. I know, right? Let's just watch. Let's hope that's not the first step, you know, planning stage. Sorry, I'm like, sorry, my phone's going off. It's Danielle, not my Danielle. The Danielle on this live. Danielle, you can't message when my phone's not on mute. Where are we at? What was it? I was going to say something and now I've forgotten. Oh yeah, so I was reading this book and I can't remember if it was the Mindfuck series or if it was another book. But basically, in the book, the main character killed people, but also wrote books about killing people. So then it was really suspicious. Or was it that I can't remember the details, but basically she could research how to kill people because she was an author writing about it, but really she was just researching it so she would not have to do it herself, which is genius. I'm in the book group that I'm in when I read the book each month. We have a couple of authors in that group, but they write smut mostly, but then the stuff that they're like, oh yeah, the stuff that I have to Google and like it's for my own pleasure, but really, you know, it's just because I have to write about it. I mean, Kev's only 14. He's got plenty of time to think about drinking. I don't recommend. I mean, we have very addictive personalities in our family, so I wouldn't recommend it, Kev. Unless you want to move to Scotland where I can look after you, then you can do everything in moderation when you're older. I think all those murder shows have made a fearful society. Yeah, we're fearful of the people watching them. There's Kev just outing our family members on the live as well, Kev. I'm going to need to censor you, I think. Okay, so Simon's hamsters are called Dude, Snow Dog, Biter, Mercedes, Fossey, Gibson, and Dio. Rats are called Roz, Rose, Ruth, Ron, Reggie. I'm disappointed you didn't continue with the R's. Lita, Cherry, Joan, Susie, Fiona, Sandy, Jackie. That's a lot of hamsters and rats. Have a great Burns Day. My daughter is here for a visit. Enjoy your visit with your daughter, Dorothy. Thanks for joining us. Oh, my legs have gone dead. Ugh, this is the downside to being overweight. You can't even sit on your own legs. So what is everybody else doing just now? Is anybody else procrastinating or cleaning alongside us chatting? I didn't think I'd be on here very long, but once I start talking, it is actually pretty hard to shut me up, apparently. I've had a pretty chill day. I have been watching Maid with Madison. Has anybody watched that? It's on Netflix and it's about a single mum who escapes an abusive relationship and starts working as a maid. I think we're on episode 4. Rebecca, you're procrastinating. What should you be doing right now? And Amy, you're cooking dinner for your grandkids coming. Where are you, Amy? Are you in... Well, I'm assuming you're not in Scotland since it's 10 to 10. I'm a YouTubing. House infested rats when I moved in, didn't like them then. Yeah, I'm not... I used to like mice, and I used to have mice when I was younger, but because I got them as a gift. But the thing is, I think I like the idea of having mice more than actually having them. So yeah, not a rodent fan. Good to choose not to drink. It's really bad for your body. They say an occasional glass of wine is, but I don't know. I don't drink very often either, and I don't like a lot of alcohol. Like I don't like wine or beer or lager, whiskey, rum. Not a huge fan of gin. Don't really. I drink vodka, but I think that's more like I just got used to drinking it rather than I would choose to drink it. I like peach schnapps. It tastes like juice, and I like a couple of different cocktails, but generally I'm not a fan of alcohol. And I was sober for like 3 years just from choice. I just chose not to drink. Maybe longer than that, actually. I'm just here enjoying the Saturday night, relaxing with my cats. That's nice, Di. I never did find out, is it Di? Is it D? How do you say your name? I don't want to be like saying Di the whole time and then it turns out like that's not your name. Kev, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol at your age anyway. Avoiding laundry and cleaning. I'm here for that, Dina. I just finished mac and cheese. I wasn't hungry earlier and wanted something cozy and comforting. You don't get more cozy and comforting than mac and cheese. That's like everybody's go-to. Just chilling, soon be bedtime. I don't know. I always feel really wired after a live. Even like if I've finished really, really late, I'm like, yeah, after I've been talking for so long and then it's really quiet, my brain just starts getting really busy and then it's really hard to shut it down. But because I'm doing the clean tomorrow, I really need to finish that book tonight so that I'm available for the chat tomorrow night to discuss the book. But I'm a little bit nervous. And this is going to sound really funny since I'm talking to you guys on camera right now. But normally we just like talk, like text talk about the book. Whereas tomorrow we're doing like a video chat. So I'm going to see the people and they're going to see me. And I don't know these people in real life. They're from all over the country. Like, well, I say the country. They're from all over the UK, Ireland, England, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think we have anyone in Wales actually. But anyway, so they're going to see me and I'm going to see them. I'm going to have to talk to these people that I only know virtually. And I'm actually a bit nervous for it, even though I'm talking to you guys now. It's a bit different. Oh, good luck for your daughter's improv show. That sounds really fun. I like watching the ones that you see on like TikTok, and I say TikTok. I don't actually watch TikTok. I tend to watch Facebook Reels. But I like the ones that come up on that for improv. I could never do that. I'm really bad at like improvising on the spot. My phone just flashed up saying I've used all my data, but I should be on the Wi-Fi. Well, not all my data, but I've used a certain amount of data. I don't know why it's saying that. Meg should be cleaning, but meh. If you watch Colleen's latest cleaning video, you may not love mice. I've not watched it yet, but I've seen the short that she did last week, which I think is for this clean that's coming up. I'm probably gonna, so what I'll be doing tomorrow is doing a clean, and then when I get back I'm just gonna binge watch all my favorites because Tia releases her video tomorrow and most of the cleaning channels either release today or tomorrow, so I just kind of binge them all on a Sunday if I haven't done it on a Saturday. Who's getting banned? What did I miss? Die to rhyme with high. Perfect. I was getting it right then. I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so my phone said I use like 100 yada. My husband's like, I wish Colleen would do a live. I think she does, but I think she does it for like her Dutch members or just her Dutch audience. I'm sure I've heard her talking about going live. I've been on one of her lives, but I've got a thing about people eating, and she was eating on the live, so I struggled a little bit with it. She was eating sushi. I had a bearded dragon and I thought the crickets and locusts were cute, especially when one escaped and the cats went nuts. No. Colleen is doing one soon. I'll need to try and catch one of her lives. Is Colleen on TikTok? I didn't know that. Maybe that's the Dutch audience that she was talking about. I don't like when someone is eating too. It's the noise for me. And you know what? My husband, he started eating like fried egg sandwiches at night, and he eats, I'm trying to talk quietly because he could hear me, but he eats upstairs in the bed when I'm like next to him in the bed, and it's difficult. It is so hard. When I was pregnant, it was worse, and I was like, you can't be in the same room as me when you're eating. What, are you bored of me, Kev? You can leave, you know, you don't have to stick around. I don't know, it'll end when I'm like, okay, I feel like you guys have had enough of me now, I'm gonna go. Probably soon though, because I really do need to read that book. But yeah, I don't like, but it's worse for me if I'm having dinner out with somebody. I'm quite a slow eater. They'll finish and I don't like being watched when I'm eating. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, I've had enough now. And generally I haven't actually had enough. But my friend Jack, I go out for food with him quite a lot because we go to uni together. And he's kind of caught on to this now. Because normally I'm like, he finishes really quickly and then I'm like, oh, do you want some of mine? I'm not going to manage all of this. And now he's like, no, you eat it. I'm going to go over there, or I'm going to look this way or go on my phone or whatever. I might go now because I'm going to go. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Kev, and just ribbing me the whole time. Eating sushi on a live would be tough for me too. To be fair, I'm pretty sure the caption of the video was I'm eating sushi or I'm trying sushi or something about sushi, so it was my own fault. I knew what I was going into when I joined that live, but also I was excited to catch a live, so but yeah, I wouldn't eat on a live probably. Everyone say goodbye to Kevin, he's a celebrity too. Yeah, everyone say bye to Kev. Danielle has to go as well. Night night. Thanks for joining us. Well, it has actually been an hour and a half, which is very surprising. Also, was anybody in Beth's live when she did like the quizzes and stuff? Because that would be fun, but I'm really bad at it. But also I really want to do it with Danielle so I can see if she's worse than me, because then I won't feel so bad. But I feel like her general knowledge is going to be pretty good. Mine sucks. But we thought it would be fun to like do one together. So I don't know what you guys think of that. You've missed Beth's last two lives. I joined the last one and then so I've joined the last couple. The one I joined yesterday, I had to go and do something and then I never rejoined because I thought it was finished and it wasn't. But yeah, the secret Tudor quiz. But then the one before that I joined and then I got a phone call and I forgot that I was on a live and forgot to rejoin. So I feel like I've been really rude because I've joined, said hello and then left without saying goodbye. But both times it was unintentional. I didn't mean to like fully leave. I was just nipping out of it and I was going to come back in and I didn't. I was in the Tudor quiz. I remember seeing you, Brett. I don't know why your name always really sticks out to me. So when I'm in lives with people and I see you comment and I'm like, oh, that's Brett. Hi, Brett. You should do the trivia. I feel like I want to do a Harry Potter themed one. I feel like I might get that one right. But then also I read so much fan fiction that sometimes I confuse it with the actual like canon. And I'm like, okay, well, that didn't happen in the books. But in my head, that's happened like 5 times because it's now fiction canon. So that's called the Irish goodbye. Just leave, don't tell anyone. Well, Danielle on here actually is Irish and she left and said goodbye. So Danielle, you're letting the Irish down. But yeah, we'll try and do the quiz sometime. So the Outsmarted game that we were playing with my family yesterday, we could do that. I could probably find a way to share my screen and do that. Scottish history. I would fail. I didn't grow up here. I don't know any Scottish history. I literally had to Google Burns Night to come on here and talk about it. Probably because I'm always like, oh, it's Steph from Fife. Hi, Steph. That's true as well. But I could probably lurk and still know that it was you. I'm kind of just avoiding the locust conversation that you guys are having because I have nothing to contribute to that and it creeps me out a little bit. I suck at trivia but enjoyed watching Beth absolutely crush it on her Tudor stuff. I got 0. I got 0 on her Tudor questions, and then when she did the first general knowledge quiz, it was solid. I think I got like 1 question, but then the other one I got quite a few right, so I was happy with that. Bugs are icky. Yeah, they definitely are. Oh, okay. I am starting to get sore back from sitting kind of like twisted on my laptop. And you guys are probably sick of my voice now because it has been like me talking solid for an hour and a half. So I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to go and finish the book that I'm reading and then possibly start Iron Flame. Depends what time I'm feeling like going to sleep. I have to leave here at like 9:30, I think, tomorrow. Never sick of your accent. Thanks, Meg. I'm sick of my voice. Like, see, when I've been talking for a long time, I'm just like, nope, I'm done with my own voice now. But thank you so much for joining, everyone. Danielle should hopefully be in the next one. She is in the voiceover for tomorrow's video, which will release, I think, about 4 p.m. UK time or 5 p.m. UK time. I don't know. Analytics say that everybody's online at that time for us, so that's when I've done it. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, everyone. I need to remember how to exit again. I'm like trying to log out on the laptop. Okay, bye.